To go to Pretoria, where mourners have gathered following the passing of much-loved South African actor Presley Chweneyagae. Let's take a look.
It's always, a shock when a young person, without knowing that the person was not well, at least you prepare yourself of any eventuality. I heard yesterday, just coming back from Washington, D.C., that Presley has passed away. I couldn't believe it. Then I called Aubrey and I said, Aubrey, verify this, social media. I don't know how many times I've died on social media. And then Aubrey tells me it's the truth. And I said, please, could you take me to see the family? It's a very sad day. And it's a great loss to the industry, but more than that, to his friends, his family, his mother, his wife and children. We can only say they should draw strength on the legacy of his work and his personality. It's incredible. I've seen him in the beginning of his career, working with Aubrey at Mabane and then working with Aubrey at the State Theatre. I think I've seen all his plays. And I've seen all his film work and television work. He was a master of the craft. I mean, it's very rare you get somebody who's extremely good in theatre and again extremely good on television and in film. He had that gift. He gave of himself, his life to this industry. And I feel that by his death we lost. It's an incredible loss. He was very young. It's just, I was saying to Aubrey, reminded me working with Chadwick Boseman. And just a young person who looked healthy and there was nothing wrong. And suddenly, out of nowhere, I get the call that he's passed away. So when I heard that Presley has passed away, I said, was he not well? Was he sick? No, nothing. It was so sudden. So I'm just saddened for the family and for us in the theatre industry and for people who love him, especially for his incredible dry humor, always correcting him. Says, I'm not Brajon Ititata, what in Ititata? Brajon, or sometimes he would say Bradok. But that's the thing, he was an incredible young man, fantastic actor, and there was so much he still has to do. I mean, the film industry is opening, the television industry, now the streaming, the things that are happening, and it's very rare you find someone that I think, watching him, I'm thinking there's a future for the performing arts in this country, and that was Presley. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Can we have a word, Rasahabi? Take us back to Mabane at the age of 10 when you were nurturing Presley. What is it that you remember?
I mean, when he came for his first classes, Presley, at the Northwest Arts, which is now called Mabana, because they combined Mabana and Northwest Arts, he was brought by his mother. And the first person to actually train him was Nontutuze Rasahabi, who's now my wife. And the first production he did was Jack in the Box, and we knew then that there's a special talent. He was just amazing. What you see him doing now, where he's able to, he can improvise anytime, anywhere. There's so many memories with Presley, it's like, I remember when we were during COVID and we were preparing Silent Voice to film so that we could screen it at cinemas, and he was filming something and he couldn't be there for 2 weeks for rehearsals, and so we said, let's just get him an understudy, he's not going to come. And 2 days before we start to perform, he pulls up and the understudy says, Presley's here, I'm not playing. And the guys are feeling, we have not rehearsed with him. And he plays there. Just for the first 2 hours, we know we want to go with Presley because he's just so magical. What he brings is just so special. Only Presley has that. But there's just been so many amazing moments that we've spent with him in the theatre. He was a natural, and he worked hard at his craft. He loved people. He had so much respect for people, I was with him on Sunday. We came to watch this Java show at the State Theatre. We spent the night, we crossed over until the AMs. I was with Sheldon, we requested a cab for him. He was just I'm just so shocked that this is happening. It's a sad loss for his family. You know, of course we say the industry has lost, but I think his family has lost the most. He was young, he's got quite a young family. There was so much ahead of him, but but then God had other plans. He wanted him on the other side. And yeah, we'll miss him dearly. I'm still shocked. I mean, it's just not good. That's at such a young age, we can lose such a beautiful star. So yeah, it's really sad, but we wish the family strength, and all his fans and all his friends, wish them strength during these trying times.
Mr. Sakavi, you share the same sentiments as everyone else, saying that he was a hard-working actor. What important life lesson do you believe his fans and everyone else that knew him should take from his life?
I mean, Press was committed to whatever he was doing. If he's working on a character, he was so committed to even think maybe he's out of his mind. He was so committed to it. He worked on it. When I was directing him, basically every day after the rehearsal, it means we're going to sit together, we're going to talk about it. The following morning, he's going to come with something that he's worked on the last night. So it is never stopping for Presley. So they got to learn that you got to work hard on your craft, and that's one thing that Presley, got. Because when he came to Pretoria, he was coming from Mafikeng, and then he came with the mother. Her mom called me and said, Presley Pitoria, but he must go to school. And I was saying, you got to go to school, Presley, you got to go to school. He enrolled with TUT, but then when Tsotsi came, he eventually dropped out. But then he knew that he had not studied, and actually over the weekend he was saying he wants to study, which is funny that he left without doing that. But he knew that he had not gone to university, but the training that he got from when he was 10 was actually the real training, because training is not only at university, even though we encourage young people to do that, but he worked on it. So he compensated for that by just putting in more work and just being passionate about it. But he just put in more work. He can put more work the whole night. He doesn't mind, because he knows that he has to deliver brilliant and special performances.